Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to 5 Minute Morning. I'm setting the timer right now. So thankful you joined me. Hey, listen, a question that I get asked and have gotten asked so many times throughout the years is this. Nate, how do you write a song? How do you craft a song? How do you arrange a song? How do you put a song together from start to finish? They'll ask, hey, listen, do you start with the melody first? Do you start with the lyrics first? Do you start with the instrumental hook? What do you do? What is the process? Let me tell you something. The process is extensive. We could talk about that for days, weeks, even months, and maybe sometime we will. But the question that I also get asked that I want to tackle today and look at is this. Nate, how do you come up with ideas, themes, stories for your songs? They'll say, listen, my mind is it's completely blank. I feel like I'm in a desert, like a dry wasteland of nothingness. And I can't figure out how to come up with ideas. I thought I was a good songwriter, right? I've tried to write songs, but obviously, I'm not coming up with anything. I've got a blank sheet right here, man. I can't come up with anything worthwhile. So how do you do it? And everybody wants a quick fix, right? They want a quick remedy. I do too sometimes. It's like, hey, should I look at the sun for a long period of time? Is there a 7 steps to this or a 12 steps to this? What workshop can I go to? What master class can I go to? It's like, should I roll some rhymes on my tongue like this and get some rhymes going and maybe that'll spark something in my mind? Listen, maybe so, I don't know. But here's what I always respond with. It's this right here. I'll say, listen, have you ever read Colossians 3:16? Have you ever read Colossians 3:16? And they'll say, no, it doesn't come to mind. I'll say, well, here's what it says. It says this, dwell on the word richly. Let that sink in for a second. Dwell on the word richly. Now, what does the word dwell mean? It means meditate. Let it soak into your soul. Rest. Sit with it for a little bit. And then guess what happens? This is the cool thing about the word of God. There's always a command, but then there's a promise that follows it. A command and a promise, and it's our choice. We get to choose. If we want to choose, I want to do that. Well, then guess what? There's an awesome promise that follows it up. It's pretty cool, and here's the promise. Dwell on the word richly, and out of that will come, oh my gosh, check this out, psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs. Sit with the word. Let it soak into your soul, and out of that, out of the abundance, those truths will begin coming out in song form. Psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs. That's writing 101, my friend. You will never run out of ideas and themes and stories to write about when you begin by dwelling and meditating on the Word of God. The result, the promise, amazing songs will come from that, will pour out of you. It'll be like a river that is shaped into words. It'll be like the psalmist says, listen, I'm chewing on righteousness like a dog does on a bone, and the word of God is flowing through my veins. What a vivid and amazing picture. Now, a lot of times, we all want a quick fix, right? Artists will say, or songwriters, they'll say, hey, you know what, I can't afford to spend time meditating on the Word of God. I don't have time. I've got a demanding and challenging and busy schedule. I can't sit around and meditate and let it soak into my soul. Sounds great, but I don't have time. I can't afford to do that. And my response has always been, listen, you can't afford not to, my friend. I can't afford not to, because we become hungry for what we feed on. Listen to that. You and I become hungry for what we feed on. We develop an appetite for the things that we're going after and that we feed on. And when we feed on the Word of God, we begin to develop an appetite. We can't go one day without it. We get it deep down in our soul. We have a deep well to draw from, and we just begin pulling out songs. God, we become the vessel that God sings through. We allow Him to sing through us, and it is an amazing thing. You know, my kids are always trying to get me to eat this candy or this dessert, or Dad, try this root beer or Dr. Pepper. I haven't had a drink of soda in I don't know how many years. And if I take one sip of it, oh my gosh, it is like a foreign object. I mean, it tastes so sweet. It's incredible. Why? Well, simply because I haven't drank it for years and years. You know, I'm not used to it. I haven't developed an appetite for it. So as songwriters, listen, here's the promise. If you want to write amazing songs, if you don't want to be staring at a blank sheet of paper and you want songs to just flow from you and you just, boom, like a river just flowing out of you, do what Colossians 3:16 says. It's pretty simple. Meditate. Dwell on the word richly. Let it permeate your body. Let it soak in. Let it just become a part of you. And the promise is this. Out of that will come psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs. Man, I want to tap into that. I want to dwell on the word. I hope that was encouraging for you this morning. Until tomorrow morning, God bless you.